Good afternoon, America. We need to talk. Yesterday, we all sat in horror as we watched the most disgusting performance by our United States Congress that I can ever remember in my lifetime. I'm almost 49 years old, and I have never seen anything so atrocious, so disrespectful, so hurtful, and so dividing from our Congress. How these people still have their jobs is beyond me. They all need to go, with, I will say, a couple of exceptions. Senator Blumenthal, Senator Booker, and a few others took a stand on behalf of not just Dr. Ford, but American women everywhere. But what the Republican portion of our Congress did yesterday was completely and totally unacceptable. What they did today was even more unacceptable. So let's talk. Let's talk rape culture. This country has always had a problem with rape culture. I don't care if you are male or female, I don't care if you are young or old. Rape culture in this country dates back to this nation's founding, and it is long past time that it has to stop. We cannot rely on our government to make it stop. They showed us that yesterday, and they showed us again today. They don't care. They don't care about us little people, the regular people who gave them their jobs. They don't care about anything but a vote and lining their pockets with our money. So that leaves us with a dilemma, and we need to start working together. We need to stop making this about politics and start making this about humanity. I don't think there's another person out there from any background, political, religious, ethnic, or otherwise, who will disagree when I say that rape is wrong. Period. It has to stop. So, what can we do about it? Actually, there's a lot we can do about it. First and foremost, we can start talking about it. We can stop sweeping it under the rug and pretending that it doesn't exist or that it's not important. We can stop making excuses. We can stop promoting the bad behavior. We can stop teaching it to our children and our grandchildren and each other. We can start speaking out against it. And we can start setting the example that everybody should be able to follow. You don't have to be from one religious background or one political background to be a decent human being. So, damn it, just stop. If you hesitate about something that you're about to say or do, take that extra moment and ask yourself, should I be doing this? Why? Why not? How is this going to affect somebody around me? Would I want to be treated this way? Would I want my mother, my daughter, my grandmother, my niece, my I, myself? Would I want anybody else treated this way? Would I tolerate that kind of treatment from other people? And if the answer is no, then stop. It's not difficult. Now, as most of my friends and family know by now, I'm a rape survivor. And tragically, I didn't survive just one rape, but multiple rapes. I've shared my story on Facebook. I've shared my story in person with a number of people. And for most part, I live with the scars and I go on with my daily life and I don't allow it to dictate how I live. That changed this past week. I have not slept I can barely eat. My smoking habit is out of control because of the anxiety. I cry much more often than I ever have before, or at least in a long time. All of the things that I have tucked away as memories of a traumatic experience that need to stay out of my immediate daily life and not allowed to control how I live or who I am have been brought to the forefront. And I'm not the only one dealing with this today. Not the only one who's been dealing with this all week. Phone calls to rape hotlines are through the roof. The posts on social media are just going crazy. People who have never spoken about their situations before are speaking out now. We are all grieving together for what we've lost, for what was taken from us. We are all just reeling with disbelief and trauma, the PTSD that we all live with and deal with, the anxiety, the nightmares. Why? Why do we have to bring this to the forefront yet again? Why do we have to continue to relive these traumatic experiences over and over and over again? Because a bunch of yahoos in our government think that it's okay. No, it's not. And each and every one of us needs to tell them it's not. Yes, we can go to the voting booths in November and we can vote them out. And that's part of what we need to do. We can pick up the telephone, we can call their offices, and we can tell them it's not okay and that this has to stop. But we know they don't listen to us. They do what they want anyway. And some of them are bold and blunt enough to tell us so. But more importantly, we can reach out to each other. We can stand together, shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand. We can show them what this country needs to be, what this country is capable of becoming without them, in spite of them. And we need to do it today, and we need to do it tomorrow, and we need to do it every single day until this crap stops. Because I can't keep living like this. You can't keep living like this. And our children and grandchildren cannot keep living like this. Enough is enough. And we have to finally say, enough is enough. We have to be the change. We are at a defining moment in our nation right now. And we have to be the definition. We have to let other people around us know that this behavior is not acceptable and that there are consequences for that behavior, and that we are all going to stand together and make sure that the people who continue this behavior are going to face those consequences. We need to start with our police. We need to start in our churches. We need to start with our friends and our families and our neighbors in our own communities. We need to make this stop. I don't want to be back here next year at this same time giving this same lecture to an entire country that just does not seem to get it. Why not? Where is there a question about this? Is it okay for you if some stranger walks up to you and grabs your genitals and cops a feel and says, "Oh, I got my jollies. See ya"? No, it's not. Would you be okay with that? I wouldn't. Is it okay with you if somebody that you know and respect and care about holds you down and forces themselves on you? No, it's not. And if you've never been through it, thank the good heavens you haven't. But the statistics right now say that at some point in your life, you will. How does that make you feel? Are you going to sleep better at night tonight or any night knowing that any day you might be the next one? Let me tell you, as one of those next ones, it's not great. It's not okay. And the struggle to go from day to day and live with yourself after it's happened to you, it's unimaginable. You don't want that. You don't want that on you. You don't want that for your children, for your grandchildren, for anybody that you know. You don't want that for anybody you don't know. So just stop. Stop teaching our children that boys will be boys. You know what? I know thousands and thousands of boys and men, and not a single damn one of them has ever done anything like that. None of them will tell you that it's okay and that this is what guys do or this is how guys talk because they know better. If they know better and I know better and you know better, then nobody else has an excuse. So if you're one of those people out there who are making excuses, you think this is funny, I invite you to be one of the victims. I invite you to live this firsthand because you know what? It sucks. Not being able to trust yourself, not being able to trust anybody around you, nightmares that wake you up multiple times in a given night, never allowing you to get restful sleep, and all of the health problems that go with the lack of sleep, mental health problems that lead you to do things you wouldn't otherwise do, moments where you hide from the rest of the world because you just can't face it. Come join the club. If you think this is so wonderful, by all means, join us. This is a culture that this country has got to put a stop to. There was a time, and I remember it very clearly because it wasn't so long ago, that our nation set an example for the rest of the world. What example are we setting right now? Our entire nation is in turmoil, and it's not just political. Neighbor hates neighbor, family hates family. Why? Where is all of this hate and anger coming from? Whatever happened to love? For all of those Christians out there, whatever happened to the part of your Bible that says, love thy neighbor as thyself? For all of the non Christians out there, whatever happened to the childhood lessons that I remember vividly, teaching us that we treat others the way we ourselves want to be treated? Disrespecting and invading somebody's personal space or their body, is that how we want to be treated ourselves? No. And I can't think of a single person out there who would say that they would invite such a thing. Why can't we just get back to the basics? We can build from the basics. Let's find that common ground. Respect for other individuals. It's simple. It's really not hard to do. Help me, America. This has to change, and it has to change now. Because I can't do this anymore. You can't do this anymore. And these nasty pigs, yes, they're pigs, who think that this is okay, have to be on alert. They cannot do this anymore. Not to me, not to you, not to anyone. We need to stand together. We need to put politics aside. We need to put religion aside. We need to put color of skin aside. And we need to start looking around ourselves at other human beings and remind ourselves that these are people just like us. They bleed the same color, they feel the same pain, and they deserve the same chance at a happy, healthy life that we deserve. Let's fix this today.